Y'all know what it is. Y'all know who it is. It's your boy Pharaoh the God, always on the job. I got 5 Let's Talk. And as always, it's real talk, raw talk. And you know, it's that time again to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell another friend, to share, like, and subscribe. Don't hide. Them buttons ain't got no teeth, so go ahead and reach, support the channel, support your boy, and above all, man, support the movement. Welcome to another episode of I Got 5 Let's Talk, where we keep it fair like a California bear, and we ain't California raisins, so we ain't doing no hating. So today, man, like I was saying, I had did a so I was just damn, lost my train of thought there, man, for a minute. But yeah, man, it's a lot going on right now in Atlanta, man, and I just wanted to go back. And for those that don't know, Poo Sheisty is locked up. Everybody knows, what I'm saying, alleged to, robbing Gucci alleged to snitching on him. But I wanted to play something that I played and I dubbed Atlanta RatLanta. And I'm going to play two things before I play, what the internet has to play. So let's hit this content, man. Subscribe, like, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell another friend. Today's title, YFN, YSL, the rap group, versus YFN, the rap group. I was a long, supporter of YFN Lucci. Even though he did what he did, he dry snitched too. It ain't no way getting around that. A lot of people want to explain their way out of being a rat. What it all boils down to, did you snitch or not? We gonna do the interview with Young Thug later and all that, but what it boils down to right now is the Atlanta rap scene, aka Atlanta rat scene. The whole YSL group is a bunch of rats. We're going to get into that interview later on around like 6:45, 6:41, somewhere up in there. Shout out to the Mods GTA, man. What's good, man? Glad to have you back in the building, man. Let's talk about it, man. You already know, man. We dubbed it the RatLanta here on I Got 5 Let's Talk. And I was saying, I was exposing how these people were taking this route of involving the police as if they were civilians and knowing that they were street niggas. So, I just want to give a little real quick backdrop of why I dubbed Atlanta RatLanta. But I'm going to say this. Young Thug's a rap. It ain't no way around it. Y'all seen the interview. We gonna break it down. It's a long interview, so we ain't gonna do the reaction interview thing. It's 3 hours. He did an interrogation room interview again. So, you know, we just gonna give our thoughts on it. But Young Thug and YSL, it's a gang of rats. Everybody was sitting there talking about, oh, 6ix9ine. Who else was they talking about that rabbit? Gutter Rabbit. The little nigga when he was young, what was the little nigga name? That was signed, did the little song with Uzi. Uzi took the song down, Lil Tay, little some shit. I forgot the little young nigga name. He had a hard little vert. He had a song called Vert or something. Convertible, like Corvette. He had a song called Corvette, cuz. Little young nigga. His name Tay something. Or some little dark-skinned nigga. But he had a cool song. He was a kid, he snitched. Yeah, Sticky, man. Let me know if you had got the notification that I was going live, man, because I think they took the restrictions off of me. I think they allowing me, because they not shadow banning me no more last night. The last couple of reports I've been doing on the war have been going crazy. So, you know, before the channel ain't been getting that news. So, you know, they stopped us from getting them views. So now they back giving it to me. So let me know if you got the notification, man. And you also know, man, you know, we've been talking about, you know, Atlanta was ratting out, man. And you know, a lot of people wasn't seeing this coming, man. You know, and it's a shame, but a lot of you niggas, okay, bet. A lot of you niggas out there don't understand. Y'all gotta stop having feelings for motherfuckers, because these is niggas that chose to play these games, that chose to live by these street codes, bro. You feel me? And yeah, y'all might say, oh, well, they got money and all of this and all that, but they continue to do street shit. They continue to, you can't do street shit and be like, oh, I don't live by street rules. That means you're a force. And that means niggas is gonna catch you and whoop your ass. You feel me? But even when you say, oh man, I'm a real street nigga, I ain't did this and I ain't did that, but you got millions of dollars, guess what? You being held to that same accountability. So let's run this content. They put Bosco 100 out there. They say Bosco from LA told.
Pop 100?
Nah, it was I forgot the little nigga name. You know, these niggas all put in the category of
Pop 100.
Pop 100.
Uzi co-signed,
and then he told.
Who allegedly snitched after taking his verse back from Pop 100.
Yeah. So niggas want to sit up here and ostracize these niggas that tell and do all of this shit. But now here it is, the niggas that even I thought couldn't be solid. Nigga is ratting. It's ratting. Nigga. YFL Lucci. Dawg, that nigga ain't get to stand on nobody, dawg. He didn't tell the detectives nothing, but when he got stabbed up, he told the police he had a bounty on his head. He didn't tell who stabbed him, but he said, I can't go back in there because I got a bounty on my head. What will that do? That will in turn lead police to open the investigation. If you lead police to open the investigation, you are a snitch. And that's why I wanted to play that today, because we all are under the tutelage, under the assumption and assessment that Poo Sheisty allegedly robbed Gucci Mane. Now remember, Poo Sheisty got arrested, got in trouble with the police because he had $280,000 in his house in cash he couldn't account for. So where do you think, why do you think the police ran up in his house? Either somebody filed an insurance claim and told the insurance people what happened, or somebody that was robbed told the police. They in turn said if you find the money, then you can charge him. Where did you just get that $280,000 from? You ain't been doing no shows. and now he gets hit with robbing Gucci Mane, what you think happened? This shit ain't just came back by mistake. I told you, you feel me? This Atlanta shit was getting out of control. These niggas, and it all started, and it already started with this, you know, with this Young Thug. Shit, we knew T.I. was a tattletale. But how dare the state that got the most niggas telling that's in the rap game? How do y'all think that y'all could come out and say, fuck the streets? So this is why I'm saying, if you lead the police to investigate, you a rat. You feel me? How did the police start investigating Poo Sheisty? Y'all gotta watch these niggas, and niggas might be like, oh bro, you putting allegations on the nigga. Nah, I'm being real. This weird ass nigga, millionaire, ain't got no business, nigga trying to be no street nigga. You got too much to lose, nigga. And then when you forced with losing everything, you turn around and run to the police. Nigga, you not no real nigga. And niggas gotta stop looking up to these rappers and shit as if they real niggas. They are characters. They are entertainers. Let's continue with this content. There's no way around that, bro. Hey, cousin. There's no way around that. Young Thug gets on here and he talked about so many people, but everybody in the YSL was telling. Umfu told, 21 Savage brother told. Top ranking rat, Young Thug Snow, Young Princess told.
Connection to YSL. During the RICO trial for rapper Young Thug and the YSL street gang, it was revealed 3 YSL defendants were charged with attempted murder in connection with Lucci stabbing. The prosecution used the footage of stabbing to demonstrate the dangerous rivalries at play in the case. The attack. Lucci was stabbed from behind while on a video call afterward, he told them there was a bounty on his head. Now, that right there. Nigga, if these niggas is in jail, if these niggas is facing new charges due to what you said, then guess what? You a rat. You told. You told. There's no way around that, bro. Now, if you don't want to do that, and you know what I'm saying? Sometimes, like Mama said, don't do the crime if you can't do the time. These niggas couldn't do the time. Well, Lucci was. He just told when it came to his life. Now, me, you didn't have to snitch. Especially for Lucci. Lucci did not have to snitch. Why? Because they was going to move him regardless. He got stabbed while on the phone from the back. The police definitely gonna have to move. They might move him to the pod next door, but he's gonna get moved out of that pod. So, if Lucci tells all, it says they got a bounty on my head, well, who put the bounty on your head? That's another charge against who? Young Thug. So, indirectly, YFN Lucci snitches on Young Thug. Everybody in the YSL snitches on each other. Why do you have they were asking why they got a bounty under that?
And this is the thing, they already know. You let the police do their job. You don't think that they know why that nigga, this nigga or that nigga? I know you know, but I'm saying nigga the police know.
We just fans on the street.
He better off telling the police, if y'all put me back in there, I'ma sue y'all. I'm not telling y'all why I can't go back up in there or nothing. But if you put me back up in there, I'ma sue you. I'd rather be called a scary nigga than a snitch. That's what I would have did. I just would have been like, you know what, man, y'all trying to put me back up in there, y'all don't worry about it. Y'all know who I am, bro. Y'all put me back up in there, bro, I'm suing y'all. And I just would have sat there. Or you could have just refused to go back up in there. Everybody know your life is on the line, nigga. You ain't gonna play with your life, but when you tell them you have a bounty on your head, nigga, that's 100% rat-a-tat-tat tablet.
That ain't giving them no names. That ain't putting nobody in the mix. Listen, I just got stabbed in there, and y'all finna put me back in there, I'ma sue y'all. I refuse to go in there. At least nigga gonna say, man, we stabbed that nigga and he was scared to come back up in there. What was the nigga supposed to do? Stay there and die? But you fucked it up by telling the people you got a bounty on your head and that's why you got stabbed. This ain't what nigga I did, nigga, this what he did. So if he did that, what does that make you? Alright. Roscoe was facing 10 years for shooting up the motherfucking bus. How are you trying to help Roscoe if you go into the detective's office for over 2 hours, and within them 2 hours you tell them you heard Roscoe shot the bus up. You the head nigga of YSL. So if you heard it, it gotta be true. Even though we going off of hearsay. This is how the police play it. If Young Thug hearing it, how much truth does that hold? Young Thug don't like Lil Wayne. The niggas that got caught for shooting the bus up is the niggas that fuck with Young Thug and not Lil Wayne. Who can pay them niggas to do it? Young Thug. So if you go in there and say, I heard Roscoe shot the bus up, that's what the street's saying, but I ain't trying to do y'all job. I ain't trying to get you.
So what I would do, you feel me? I'm gonna deal with some of these comments for a minute before we keep running some of this content. So Gucci is going to testify in court because who told? That's what's gonna come out in the wash. But this is what I'm saying though, and this is what people gotta understand is that, you know, that a lot of these people, a lot of these rappers or people, just people in general, right, that sit up here, and bring charges against people. Now, what the public is now becoming abreast to is people signing proffers, people signing deals. You feel me? So if you take this deal, it ain't gonna come out that I told. But when you put, this is why I tell people that if they gotta use their mind, bro, you ain't gotta call the nigga a snitch. Just look at the whole scenario. Poo Sheisty gets caught with $280,000 in cash. Then it comes out that allegedly Poo Sheisty, Big 30 and his homies point guns at Gucci Man, allegedly, makes him sign and release Poo Sheisty from contract, allegedly, then allegedly strips him and robs him of his jewelry. Then it comes the indictment. Who is there to tell what happened, bro? Besides the only person that could have, let's say the engineer, right? The police still got to go to Gucci Man and them, and you feel me? Somebody in that group corroborated that story. That's all I'm saying. Somebody that was robbed corroborated them alphabet boys. And they went after Poo Sheisty. Now, this is where it really gets wild and it really gets tricky. Nigga, you could have just had your homies run up in there on the nigga. You could have been on time. Contract already drawn up. Yeah, nigga, sign that. Nigga, y'all stripping. But when keeping it real goes wrong, and I always tell niggas this, nigga, you done already got away with the 280,000. Why is you there if that's what you did do? When keeping it real goes wrong, nigga, I want to be, nigga, I'm still a street nigga, but you trying to make real money. Real money and being a street nigga don't mix. Because keeping it real in the streets ain't the same thing as keeping it real in real life, nigga. Keeping it real in the streets, nigga, is the prime example of what just happened to Poo Sheisty. Of what happened to P&B Rock. When keeping it real goes wrong, nigga. You know you ain't supposed to be out eating, nigga, with no security guard and just your hyena. Yeah. With just your hyena. You feel me? What's up with it? With just your hyena. You feel me? You supposed to be out doing your thing. You feel me? Yeah. You supposed to be out doing your thing. So at the end of the day, you bringing unwanted attention to yourself by going out to eat. You bring that up to yourself. You might not want it. Nigga, I didn't have no thoughts. I thought I was just finna eat, nigga, be good, and I was gonna be straight. Same thing Poo Sheisty thought. I'm gonna go in here, and I'm saying this allegedly. Allegedly. By the accountability of what's going on, the accounts of what's going on, you feel me? It's not looking too good. You get caught with the money in your house, niggas saying you robbed them, niggas posting jewelry on Instagram and shit like that. Nigga, what you think they gonna do? Nigga, they gonna come after you. He says this 50-year-old rapper needs to live their life and stop the nonsense trying to be in the streets. I don't think it's just for 50-year-olds though, bro. I think it's really for like people that really have a talent and that really, like even for a job. Even a job, bro. I don't want to say it's even for niggas 19. Niggas 19 don't need to be in the streets. But I understand more with a 19-year-old than with a 50-year-old because, you know, nigga trying to find itself. But if niggas stop making this lifestyle be presentable and acceptable to niggas that ain't 50, nigga, we wouldn't be here talking about it. A nigga be a rapper and nigga know what he's supposed to be doing. Nigga, I'm rapping, I'm an entertainer, I'm a character, and I ain't got no problem with being none of that. Because I'ma always be a real nigga. Niggas know what it is, nigga. And if a nigga don't like it, see, it's a lot of niggas that go where they welcome. You feel me? So you get a false sense of yourself when you always going somewhere with somebody like you. I don't do that. I be a lot of places I know niggas don't like me. It ain't that I'm trying to test a nigga or nothing, but I just like to be on my toes, bro. I like to be aware of shit. And I'm not saying I don't be places where, nigga, it's just, nigga, when you do shit and you always, nigga, always on your toes, you not getting comfortable. And I'm not saying being aware I can't get hit. Nigga, of course I can get hit, pause. But guess what? I'm going to be more aware than I'm not aware. And that's what niggas ain't doing nowadays.
You hit the nail on the head with that one. Anybody can get it. Anybody can get touched. Just got to make it hard for them.
Yeah, but why would you, and this is the thing, you getting money now. Mm-hmm. Why you want to make it hard for a nigga, bro? You got to show a nigga, bro. I was, nigga, like Jesus say in the Bible, nigga, when I was a kid, I thought as a kid. Now that I'm grown, nigga, I put all childish things away.
No, what I meant by that, like make it hard for a motherfucker to try to get at you in a bad way. That's what I mean by that. You know what I'm saying? But as far as making the way and creating the way and showing niggas a better example when you got money and you up and you doing your thing, yes, I believe that. Yeah, that's what the niggas that got the game right now should be doing, but they're not. They glorifying the bullshit. And that's how you got these 50-year-old clowns.
But keeping it real goes wrong, man. You know. But I'm gonna run this content, you know, about what's really going on with these dudes. We gonna talk about it, man. Let's bring this up here, man. Where we at? Let's see. Where we at? Boom, let's run it.
Yeah. He's going back.
Poo Sheisty just got hit with a major raid after breaking the terms of his release. And this happened only 3 months after his big first day out celebration. This Memphis rapper was living wild and now has come back to haunt him in the worst way. See, things got tense after he took some lyrical shots in his first day out track. Yeah, the one sitting at over 25 million views. Federal agents weren't feeling that at all, and they made sure to step in hard. The real reason behind his downfall isn't even
And that's another thing, man. Niggas getting out, taking shots at these police. Even it goes far back as Mac Dre. When Mac Dre did his song, nigga, you know, sending shots at the feds, nigga, putting their names out there, nigga. This puts a target on your back, bro. You think that's keeping it real, nigga? You antagonizing a monster, nigga. You can't even fucking fight, nigga. You have this grand delusion that you some big gangster that these evil government officials, nigga, ain't gonna tackle. So, nigga, they was waiting around. They probably was already in the parking lot when these niggas robbed the nigga. And like I said, got one of the niggas to corroborate the story of what happened. Now niggas bring shit on they self, bro. I always say it's like getting your money, buying a nice, luxurious house. However many stories you go to the top story, you open the window and throw all your money out, because that's what this nigga did. He got his life back. He got out of prison, and look what he doing. That ain't a good look.
It's not a good look at all. At all.
That puts you
So
right back. It puts you right back in the failure state of mind, in the failure reality. And I mean to call it a failure, because you had the chance. You knew the chance. An epic failure. You knew the chance that was presented in front of you, bro. You didn't have to rob the nigga.
You had time to sit back in that cell and think, nigga.
No, but I'm just saying, let's go off the allegations. They saying that the nigga went in there, robbed the nigga for $280,000, robbed the nigga for the change, made the nigga sign the contract, all this, right?
Come on, Gucci.
Gucci.
Damn.
You didn't have to do none of that. You could have just went in there and told the nigga sign this contract. That's hard to prove in court that I pulled guns on you. That's more easier to beat than when you get caught with $280,000 in your house you can't explain, and niggas that got robbed for their jewelry is corroborating the story with the police.
So Gucci snitching.
Somebody that got robbed.
Well, no. Rewind. Let me take that back. I can't put that on that man's neck.
I can.
So we don't know. I don't know for sure. I ain't
Somebody
no
that
I can't
got
put that on that man's neck.
Well,
correct myself.
I'm not gonna correct myself because I like to keep it real. I keep it fair as a California bear. I'm not a California raisin. I'm not a California raisin. I ain't doing no hating. What I said, I'm gonna stand on. Somebody that got robbed corroborated that story with the police.
I want to see that black and white. I want to see that name.
I don't.
We know Gucci's name.
Now hold on. Now, this is where we deal in the politics of it, right? This is when the real politics come in of it. Nigga, that's like me and you. We get robbed right now, right? It's only me and you here. Who is here to corroborate the story? Me and you. Yeah. So if the police come to you and say, "Oh, nigga, we know this and we know that and we know who took the chain,"
who was all there with the Abbott Gucci?
So now,
who was all there? Cause
now it comes in. To me, it doesn't matter who was there. To me, you know now a nigga snitching. You ain't tell a nigga don't snitch.
Shit, but hold up. All right, if you was by yourself when this happened, okay.
It wasn't.
You wasn't by yourself when this happened.
It wasn't. That's not what they alleged. They said that it was a couple of artists. We're gonna run the content right now. Before I run this content though, man, let's hit some of these questions though, man. Some of these comments. Gucci needs to stop doing dirty to his artists. You can't just put that on Gucci, man. That's the whole industry, man. Look at what's going on with Empire, 300 Records. You know, all the artists that's connected to them that died. You feel me? Look at the niggas. Look at Baby. Look at Jay-Z.
That was a dinosaur.
You know, look at RatLanta. Look at Death Row. It's not. This is the industry. The industry is not there. Niggas gotta put it in their brain like they name, bro. Just because that's your homie, if the split not 50-50, nigga, your homie could be doing you dirty. Mm-hmm. And niggas don't understand that, so it's not just Gucci, it's the game.
But it's also too, nigga, you the one signed the contract. You got a choice. You didn't have to sign that contract, fool. So you fucking yourself.
It says,
for
a fact. So before we play this, I just want to get you to open your eyes to somebody that was there.
No, yeah.
I'm not gonna say it was Gucci. It could be Gucci. I don't know. But somebody that was there corroborated that robbery with law enforcement.
Shocking anymore. It's almost like everyone saw it coming. We're about to get into how he let it all slip right through his fingers. But before we dive deep, let's rewind a bit. Poo Sheisty was supposed to be enjoying a fresh start, but everything crashed when federal officers showed up at his place and claimed he violated parole. Now, I don't think this came out of nowhere. He'd been making moves that looked risky since the day he got out. And here's where it gets wild. It's almost like he was daring the system to come for him again. For those who missed the...
Now, hold on. I know I'm stopping it. It's going to be the last time.
He doing some shit.
Who does this sound like? Lil Durk? Was it Durk taunting the feds?
It was that stupid shit.
Is this not
you
Poo Sheisty, the same nigga that was friends with Lil Durk? You his main compadre? You get released, you don't think the feds is looking at you, nigga? You don't think the feds looking... But anyway, let's carry on.
Updates. Poo Sheisty had just returned home after serving a little under 5 years from an 8-year sentence. Originally, the feds were pushing for 20 years, but his lawyers fought hard and got it cut down. Still, he ended up back way sooner than anyone expected. Federal parole means living every single day like you're walking on glass. When Poo Sheisty first got released, he was supposed to stay cool and follow every rule to keep his freedom. Federal supervision isn't a game. There are curfews, check-ins, and a whole lot of limits on what you can do. But Pooh was acting like nobody was watching him at all.
Hello? You there? Troy Williams, yeah, I'm at the house. All right. Just go for it. Mm-hmm. Oh my God. No.
There was even that wild moment on Ben the Don's live stream when his parole officer called, asking where he was, and he wasn't even home like he was supposed to be. He was out way past curfew, just chilling like nothing was wrong. And when his officer checked in, he tried to play it off, all while the camera was rolling. Ben had to mute the mic quick because he knew things were getting too real on that live. That right there shows how careless things were getting. And believe it or not, this wasn't just a one-time slip-up. Poo Sheisty had been acting untouchable from the jump. He kept showing off online, flashing jewelry, cars, and talking that bold talk like he wasn't still technically under federal supervision. But here's where things take a deeper twist. He wasn't just breaking rules, he was also exposing himself through his own lyrics. He even said, "out on paper with an R rug sitting on my counter," which caught major attention. Fans know Pooh doesn't just talk for clout. When he says something in his tracks, people take it seriously. That's his real-life situation. For anyone who might not know, when he mentioned an R-rug, that's a reference to a type of weapon, and that's something a federal parolee is absolutely not allowed to have. But here's the twist that makes everything even more unbelievable. Poo Sheisty wasn't living fully free yet. he was still staying in a halfway house as part of his release terms. Now, for those who don't know what that means, a halfway house is like a transition step after prison. You can't just walk out and live however you want.
Popular rapper arrested. He's accused of shooting a security guard at a South Florida gentleman's club and will remain behind bars. A judge denied bond for 21-year-old Lontrell Williams.
You gotta stay there every night, follow tight rules, and slowly earn back more freedom. It's meant to help people adjust back into regular life while staying under supervision. At a halfway house, there's a set curfew. You've got to be back by a certain hour every night. No excuses.
No excuses.
So, by knowing that, and I didn't even know the nigga was in the halfway. But that's the way it is.
I've been in.
You have too much money, and I understand. Oh, you know, niggas got to get to their bag and all this, but this is a prime example when, nigga, the clout, the fame, and who you are means more to you than being free. Because if you really want to be free, nigga, you already got enough money to do the things. Mm-hmm. Nigga, look, you want to fuck with me, nigga, I only got a certain amount of time.
You got enough money to stay free, nigga.
You feel me?
You got enough money to stay free.
But you doing interviews. You being careless. You showing. Nigga, you don't think these people looking so, but then niggas want to say somebody snitching on me. That's what leads back to me saying that being this careless, the feds could have been in the parking lot, paying attention the whole time,
waiting your whole move to
waiting for you to fuck up.
Before you even came home, your cell probably been bugged.
So nigga, now that's what you gotta worry about. Sticky Finger says, I'm with you. I got fired. Someone snitch. Who it is the question.
Yeah, let's find a snitch. Yeah, bro, let's find a snitch. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. I can't say Gucci snitching. I can't say they put that jacket on him. Why? Because I ain't seen no black and white. But we know his name, but I ain't seen no motherfucking black and white. So I ain't gonna push that at all. I ain't gonna never say that. But we do want to see the black and white on whoever is putting this information out. You corroborating shit, you making statements, bro. You out of pocket. You out of bounds, bro.
I'm definitely not saying it was Gucci.
No, I can't say that.
But
don't know.
I do want niggas to stay abreast of how niggas keep their name for being in black and white. Signing proffers. You know what I'm saying? Already being informants.
We want to see that paperwork.
But this is what I'm saying. Sometimes even with that paperwork,
bro, no.
It could say CI.
Bro.
Hold on. The same thing that happened with Big Meech's case. They had a C2, CI2, right? Mm-hmm, yeah. And Tammy Cowan got caught up because she was trying to give information to the DEA that wasn't her information. She stole that information from somebody else. But the confidential informant 2 told the DEA that she was lying. Who was confidential informant 2? Why confidential informant 2 never came out?
Because they didn't go to trial.
But if you're in jail, hold on. If you're in jail, you already alleged to be working with the DEA.
Yeah, but you gotta go to trial in order for that to happen because you're a confidential informant. Gotta get on stand and cooperate.
So there's no going to trial.
They took their deal. So we'll never know who that was.
So now in a robbery case. If you've already been in a situation like Gucci Man that been to prison, right? You already done been tied to hella street shit. Murders, got out, had a career, went back to prison, and got back out and had a good career. Started signing artists start coming up dead. Mm-hmm. You feel what I'm saying? So you already been within the range of working with the police and hip hop. You already been in that range. I'm not saying you did it, but you already been in that range to flip flop. Because what do the DIA, CIA, and the FBI do? They go get the nigga that got the most problems, that's nigga that got the most influence, and flip that nigga. Because why? Because as long as you around, niggas gonna believe in you, and you gonna bring more niggas that's doing criminality behavior around that we gonna know about. So when they doing criminality behavior, you don't, nigga, boom, we already know. they ain't even got to be around you no more. Now that they came around you once, twice, 5 times, the feds know what they doing. So now, he'll never be around you for 2 years. Now they watch his every move for nigga the next 2 to 3 years. Got big case on him. But you already been around that realm. I'm not saying that Gucci snitch, but niggas that work with the police in hip hop keep their name out of shit for a long, long time. For a long, long time, bro. You look back in hip hop and you ask yourself, man, how the fuck did Jay Prince car lot get raided and he got caught with all them kilos in the trunks of them cars? How was he able to tell the jury that I own a car lot and the keys be there? How does the jury actually buy that? You're the owner. You don't know what's going on? Based on the preponderance of evidence, more than likely, you knew what was going on. You going down. But Jay Prince never went down.
You gotta prove beyond a reasonable doubt that I had knowledge of what was going
on. But no, how we get convicted.
You gotta prove beyond a reasonable doubt.
How people get caught.
How do you prove I had
How
knowledge?
People get convicted in the court of law is based on the preponderance of evidence. Do you know what preponderance of evidence? More than likely, we believe that you did this.
Bro, when you go on the trial, you going against that jury, you gotta prove that. You gotta prove that I had knowledge. So do you got me on a wiretap saying this, saying that, text messages and all that shit like that, saying that I have knowledge to put this there, do this.
You think
with those judges, you gotta prove that I had knowledge.
Do you honestly think, nigga, people, everybody that's in jail or is in jail because of rightful convictions?
Man, look, not all of them, but I'm saying this, bro, because
that's what we want to believe. That's what we want to believe that can happen.
No, I'm only saying this.
That's not reality, though.
I'm only saying this because I done beat cases and shit, and I done been on that 4-yard for 11 years. You know what I'm saying? So me dealing with the system time and time again, you know, I kind of got an understanding of what's going on. You feel me? So that's the only reason why I say that.
90% of motherfuckers in jail is in jail behind wrongful convictions.
Shit, I didn't get wrongful.
10% of motherfuckers.
I did that shit.
10% of motherfuckers in jail. 10% of motherfuckers in jail are there by fact. 90% of the motherfuckers in jail. I'm not saying that they didn't do it, but the conviction was wrong. How these police play these games out here.
Easy car, yeah.
Nigga, the police want to make it stick that, nigga, the thing that they said was the thing that's going to get you convicted is the thing you ain't even really do. But, nigga, I got these list of other charges that now, motherfucker, the jury going to say, look, you know what? If he did this shit right here, for sure he did all of this.
And he said Jay Prince got caught them birds.
He did. Now look what's so crazy about that is, Jay Prince, Suge Knight, and Irv Gotti wanted to start a distribution deal. They was gonna kick out all the Jews or all the, the motherfuckers that was doing the records at the time, the distribution. They was gonna start their own black distribution deal. All of a sudden the feds came in, nigga, and everybody went to jail besides but Jay Prince. Suge went to jail, Irv Gotti went to jail. They took all his money. They stayed on Suge Knight ass after that. But Jay Prince is the one that went unscathed. How? You had money in the pot.
You can't travel whenever you want or take any job without getting permission first. And you definitely can't be hanging around people with records or anyone tied to risky activity. The whole setup is meant to keep you steady and on track while keeping federal eyes on everything you do. But here's what makes federal supervision so serious. They don't cut corners or give chances easily. State parole might let small things slide sometimes, but when it comes to federal agents, they're trained to stay alert to every detail. They can pull up for surprise checks, drug test you without warning, And if you slip up even a little, they can send you straight back to finish your time. For someone like Poo Sheisty, a well-known figure and the CEO of Chopper Gang, that level of supervision was supposed to be even tighter. Federal agents don't just keep eyes on one person. They monitor entire circles. When you're leading something called Chopper Gang, you already know they're tracking every move, every location, and everyone you connect with. Nothing slips by them. Now, let's get into what really dragged Poo Sheisty back into all this chaos in the first place. This wasn't his first run-in with the law, and from the looks of it, he didn't learn from the past. The situation that originally sent him away had to do with some serious trouble that went down back in 2020. Moments that definitely got federal attention. The main case involved an alleged setup where someone was robbed at a meetup and the event turned violent afterwards. According to court papers, this wasn't just some random street situation. It was part of a bigger pattern that authorities had been keeping track of for a while. And even that wasn't where things ended.
Remember that bet when Buddy had this right in? And I told you, I was like, you going to jail?
Yeah.
He's going back.
There was also talk about an incident at a club where things went left after money reportedly went missing. Were fired, and a security guard, someone just doing his job, ended up caught in the chaos. Thankfully, he survived, but it showed how unpredictable things had gotten around Pooh at that time. When you're moving like that in the streets, you're not only risking your own freedom, you're also putting innocent people in danger. The federal case against Poo Sheisty wasn't built overnight. They stacked it using several serious charges, including armed robbery, assault, and conspiracy. Prosecutors painted him as someone who turned to aggression first instead of thinking things through, claiming he was too much of a risk to the community to be released early. They even pushed for a full 20-year sentence, but his lawyers fought hard for him. They argued that he was still young, talented, and could turn things around if given a fair shot. After a long fight, they managed to get that heavy sentence cut down to 8 years. Still a lot, but far better than the 20 decades he was originally facing. When Pooh finally came home, everything looked bright. His first day out track exploded, millions of views.
Tracking you, nigga. You better
Damn.
track